Welcome back, everybody. It's Kirok here. Welcome back to another unboxing. Okay, I'm trying something a little different with the microphone this time so you don't get that echo reverb in my voice. Hopefully it works. If you hear the echo reverb, that means I probably ditched the audio from the mic. All that said, back in November 2020, both Sony and Microsoft released their new next-gen consoles. You already saw me do an unboxing of the PS5. I got that on release date. I did manage to get an Xbox Series X on release date as well, but I ended up gifting that to my brother for Christmas, and it took me that long to get myself an Xbox Series X, to get my hands on an Xbox Series X. And you guessed it, this is an unboxing of the Xbox Series X in July of 2021. So, yeah. I know. There have been tons of unboxings online, but I really wanted to share this with you guys. So let me grab it. It's right here. I'm put it on the table. You guys can see the shot for the table. And we will begin the unboxing procedure. So you can actually tell that it is an Xbox Series X, and it is a 4K 120 frames per second console, as well a 1 terabyte SSD in it. So this console has a little bit more space than what the PS5 came with, but I believe this console uses a little more of that space for the fast switching between different games, whereas the PS5 doesn't quite do it that fast. You can still do it, you can suspend games, but it's just not the same. So in order for that to work on this, I believe it requires more storage space. The box is pretty simple. You can see we got the top part of the console photographed, very zoomed in, so you see the corner of it. This is the top where the heat will exhaust from the fan that's inside. There's your power button on it. And what's cool about this, just like the PS5, you can put it into your entertainment center in a horizontal position, kind of like what this box is, or a vertical position, which we will show once we open it. Let's see, the top here shows the entire console in a picture, in a photograph, while the logo's on one side, the rest is black. I love the simplicity of it. The side shows also this is the vertical position. They kind of put that same look on this side, and again they repeat I believe it's the frames per second. No, the size. Sorry, I hit the mic there. Ooh, I hit the mic again. And which console it is. Then this side here shows a little bit more detail, the specs in the box. It's a 4K 120 frames per second device, 8K HDR, so it's actually capable of outputting 8K. So is the PS5. I think, because even the older consoles, the Xbox Series, the Xbox One X and the old PS4 can do 4K, but it just wasn't really, I think it was something, I think they played with that in mind, but these are the same. They're like 4K native, and they can push themselves up to 8K. What else? Let's see. 1 terabyte SSD. VRR stands for variable refresh rate, and then we have a 4K Blu-ray drive inside here. So this could actually double on your entertainment system as a Blu-ray player. The other thing that's pretty cool is you can add apps such as Netflix, TSN, and stuff like that, and get other services. As long as you're subscribed to those services, you can pop them in, and this does everything. It's your one-stop shop for entertainment. And love how they had to go and throw Master Chief on the back package there. What does it say here? It says, power your dreams. They put a bit more description on the bottom, or on the box itself. On the other end, the bottom is green. This is actually kind of weird because I showed this off on one of my streams, and I have a chroma key set up to block out green screens, and I would take the box, I would go like, hey, look at what I got, and then flip it over and the box would vanish. Hey, look what I got, and then I'd flip it over and the box would vanish. It was pretty cool. So, that said, without any further ado, let's get a blade out, and we shall... There's my knife right there, little guy. We shall break the seal. Oh my God. Oh my God, it has been so long, and now I finally got one. I've already kind of made space in my streaming setup. So once I finish doing this unboxing, I'm going to spend the rest of the day kind of optimizing it, setting it up, getting my account set up on it, and get it going. But here is the moment of truth, guys. Let's break the seal. So I see two seals. There's one on this side and one on this side. One here, and is that it? And what I really like about this package, oh, there's one over here and one over here. It's really cool. So they have the seals all on this side. So we got one here, one down here, and one down here. They use it like, or the presentation on this compared to the PS5 is top notch. So let's break the seal. Here we go. Let's go upwards. Oh. Oh. All right, all the seals are busted. Let's flip it over. Now, it's going to be tough to show, but I'm going to do it this way because the box opens hinged. See that? So it's actually hinged over on this side. And when you open it, look at that. It's like an incredible presentation. I'm going to tip this over and the Xbox is going to drop out. Look at this. Isn't that, look at this. Isn't that amazing? The amount of care and the amount of thought put into presenting the Xbox Series X once you open that package. It's very well protected. There's like heavy foam on the outside. My box, when they brought it out to me, had a little bit of a dent over here and a little bit of a dent over here. But because I knew, because I've seen other unboxing on how they packaged it, I was like, yeah, no worries. And they're pretty good where I got it. They are okay with me bringing it back and getting it changed. The only bad thing is, well, I got this Xbox exactly 1 week and 1 day ago. Actually, 1 week and 2 days ago. And I just haven't had a chance to open it. I just haven't had a chance to sit down, set up the lights, set up the cameras, and do this, and do the unboxing. But now, here it is, guys. All right, I'm going to pop this open, take this out. So this is the unit. It's a little heavy guy. It is dense. It is not, it doesn't take up as much height space as the PS5, but it is just as heavy. It is dense. There we go. So there it is there. There it is there. And there it is there. So I can tell this is the top because I can feel the holes on the top. We will unwrap this. Let's take a look at the rest of the box here. So we have a quick instruction card that kind of tells you how to download the app, which I already have on my iPhone. It gives you a QR code to be able to pull that up. It also tells you, it's got a little map that shows you the ports on the back of the device, and then of course how to put batteries and how to sync up or pair your controller to the device. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna review this. It's got like step 1, step 2, step 3. I'm gonna review this before I set it up, so we'll put that aside. Just gonna let that fall to the ground. The lower part of the box is basically just foam. It's nice, dense packing foam, which can absorb and take a lot of shock. Nothing else in there, but there's a little compartment here that opens up, and this is where we have the other accessories and parts to the system. There is the HDMI cable. So this, I'm gonna put it over this white so you guys can see it. This HDMI cable is actually a high speed, it actually says ultra high speed. If you ever look at the Xbox Series X, that cable on the actual HDMI port, so like right on there, oh, hang on, so you can see that, right on there, they have etched high speed. This one says ultra high speed, and you must use this cable with the Xbox to get the benefits out of the Xbox, especially if you have a television that is capable of 120 hertz at 4K. Otherwise, you won't necessarily, the cable has to be compatible, and you won't necessarily get that extra juice out of your console. There looks to be an instruction manual. There I don't know which camera to show it on. There looks to be an instruction manual there, and probably some warranty information. By the way, I'm going to call them and get some warranty on it. This here is the power cord. So nice and simple, the power supply is actually built into the device, the way they've been going on since after the Xbox One. So Xbox One, I believe, was an external power supply, and that thing was a freaking VCR, honestly. And then ever since the Xbox Series X and on, all the power supplies have been internal, which is the way to go, guys. In my opinion, it is the best way to go. And then the last piece inside the box is the actual controller. So let's take it out. Now this controller, it's been redesigned just slightly. There it is there. So there is the controller itself. It has been redesigned just slightly. They say, I haven't really had a chance to compare it to, what is that? There might be a problem with mine. It might be a cover. It looks like, yeah, it looks like one of those plastic covers on the actual Xbox button. You can pop batteries in. I actually like this a lot more because you could get yourself a nice pair of lithium batteries. Lithium batteries, and those lithium batteries will last way longer than regular batteries. And then you just change them out and you're good to go. And I like this a lot better than the built-in, because I've had controllers, Xbox controllers, for years and years and years, and you just pop out the batteries. Once a PS5 controller, even though it's got a great trigger system, one of my favorites of all, these guys are missing out on not putting that in there. Once those batteries and those guys are gone, you're spending another 70, 80 bucks. I go out to the corner store, I buy 2 batteries, I spent maybe less than $10 and done. The one thing that they did change, aside from a little bit of the aesthetics and the feel, because it's got a bit more of a grippy, it's actually nice. It feels a lot like the Elite controller. It's got more grip, so when you're holding it, it stays in your hand even if your hands are sweating. But they added another button in the middle, which I think is their version of the share button. So this is the Xbox Series X revised Xbox One controller, which was actually really neat. Put that aside, and that, oh, they did include batteries, and they look like Duracell batteries. I'm not going to open it, but yeah, we can use those for something else in the house. So let me take this box, put it aside, and here are the cables. There's the controller. Let's take that and put it. You like my my entertainment setup here in the back? Yeah. Let's put it on the side. I'll put it on the box, and then what I'll do is unwrap this beautiful thing with the batteries, and then we'll go from there. Okay, let's whoa, easy. This is the bottom, and I can feel the feet or the foot. It's got a single foot, so we're gonna slide this guy off. There's the cardboard part. The wrapper, and then we'll take tape off here. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna get fingerprints all over it. I'm actually, I love storing consoles in a vertical position. It just feels like it makes it feel more like it's a PC. But in my whole setup and the way things are, I'm very limited in space, and I have this perfect spot where I can put it in a horizontal position. So let's take it out of the wrapper. This thing is dense. It is heavy. There we go. And there's the wrapper, all gone. There's the console itself. So let's do a quick tour of the console itself. So here, let's start with the bottom. This is the bottom. And you can see there's one big foot with a rubberized rim. If you're storing it in a vertical position, then obviously it sits right on that foot. And it's nice because it's rubber, so it doesn't even budge on this table, which is perfect. Here on the top, you can see the vent holes, and just look at the beauty of that. Like the way it's designed, at first I thought that was a light, but if you look straight down, you can see the fan inside through these vent holes, and this is where all that heat is expelled. It just, gets pushed out. And those holes are all through a black plastic with a slight curve on the top. And that green that you're seeing is another piece of plastic beneath that is just attached to like but right up to the black holes. So it's not even illuminated, and it gives this amazing effect where if you just look at it at the right angle, you see the green just come and go. It's so cool. Really nice touch. Simple, not doesn't cost them anything other than 2 pieces of material that get sandwiched together. And yeah, so this is the front. On the front, we have a USB, I believe it is a USB 3, it could be a USB 2, not 100% sure. There's a button right here. This button serves as your pairing button between the device and a controller or multiple controllers. You have your disc-based system, so as you know, they also released the Xbox Series X, which is a white console, much smaller, less dense than this one, but it is disc-less. Unlike Sony, where Sony has 2 identical consoles, but one is missing the CD drive or the disc drive, Microsoft opted to create a completely different console that's a little underpowered compared to this one, but is digital only, so it would meet the requirements of people who maybe don't game as much or are not that, into gaming at higher resolutions with higher refresh rates. For example, someone who has a 1080p TV and they play a game a little once in a while, like that'd probably be a perfect console. I was actually considering getting it, but I just couldn't bring myself to doing it. But that is your Blu-ray drive. There is a button right above it there for ejecting the disc, and then right at the top here, you can see the power on button, which illuminates when the device is turned on. One side, the other side is kind of like, matte finish, nice and nice matte feel with the Xbox logo etched into it. The other side is blank completely, and this is the side I'm going to be putting it down, because you can actually see there are 4 feet in each of the corners, or 1 foot in each corner, 4 feet across the entire thing. So I will be storing it like that underneath my desk, and then running all the wires to the back of it. That puts the optical disc drive at the top of the unit, which is kind of cool. Different than the PS5, you can store the PS5 in a horizontal position. If you store it in a horizontal position, the disc drive is on the bottom of the device. And the back of this unit, there we go, has a little bit of legal information, serial number, and all that stuff. You guys probably can't read it. If you can, I will maybe blur it out. Okay, so this has got to be a USB 2, because these are marked off as super speed, which are probably USB 3 or 3.1. We have the Ethernet connection, as well as the power port, the HDMI out. Now they finally have gotten rid of the HDMI in and HDMI out. Up until this point, the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, the Series X, have all been a console that they intended for you to use, not just for gaming, but for your entertainment purposes. Mind you, don't get me wrong, you can still do that with this one, but they used to have an in HDMI and then an out, which would kind of bridge the gap between the TV and the entertainment console, and that would allow you to control everything through the Xbox. They've dropped that just because I guess they realized when they released it back in, was it 2013, that they just messed everything up because they made it always online. Mind you, there's some stuff that came out on videos recently that still you have to be online, but whatever. And then there is an expansion port, a slot, where you can buy the Seagate proprietary, oops, I got fingerprints on it, Seagate proprietary expansion SSDs. And they're apparently super expensive, but you can hook up an external USB drive to one of the super speed ports, but I don't think you can play, correct me on this if I'm wrong, guys, down in the comments, correct me on this, but I don't think you can play all your Xbox One games off it. You can probably play some of them, but you're not necessarily going to get the full benefit in terms of speed and loading, because this is supposed to load your games in like seconds, splits of seconds. But if it's on the internal, it'll play way better. One of the things you got to watch out for when you're buying games, if you're downloading a game digitally, they have what's called smart delivery, so the game that's best optimized for your hardware gets downloaded to the hardware. But if you're buying discs, make note, just on the top left corner, right underneath the Xbox logo, there is a black bar that says Xbox Series X and Xbox One. Some of them say Xbox One and Xbox Series X, and the order in which they appear is what they're actually putting on your system, or is what that disc is native to. So if you see Xbox One native and then Xbox Series X after that, it means that you have to hook it up and be online for it to download the assets necessary for the Xbox Series X to present the game at its native resolution off this system or get the benefits of this system. If you get a game that has it the other way around where it says Xbox Series X, then Xbox One X, then it's right on the disc, it just loads it on, but you can still take that disc, pop it into an Xbox One X, and get its content off the net. So it's a little subtle thing. I remember reading and hearing about that. I'm pretty sure that is accurate, because when I go into the store, I can see multiple different Xbox games, and there are some that have them rearranged and some that only say Xbox Series X, which technically should only work on Xbox Series X. But check it out, look it up. If I'm wrong, let me know. But hey, there is the Xbox Series X, guys. Unboxing done. I am so looking forward to hooking this thing up, getting online, and playing some games. I honestly don't know what game to play first. Oh, by the way, this thing paired with Game Pass Ultimate, oh, there are so many games. I don't need to go out and buy any. I just download what I want and play. It's so good. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining me. Let me know if you liked the video. Comment at the bottom. Tell me whatever you want. Let me know if I've said anything incorrect in this video. Let me know if I can do anything better in future videos that are unboxings. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining, and let me go and play some games. Bye for now.